44. Woo! And as you probably know if you've watched any of my videos before, when we're up and it's dark and we're going to an estate sale, it's because it's Carolina Let's Get Organized, because they start theirs at 8 o'clock. And at least now through the summer and spring and evidently into fall, you need to be there a couple hours before if you want a good spot in line. I used to really almost obsess with trying to be first in line, and the handful of times I have been first, I just realized that once I'm in the house, there's only one of me. I can only be in one room at a time, and it's not like because I was first they let me in and have a minute head start shopping before everyone else came in. So I just want to be in the top 10, because then usually you get in the first go around, and I want to be in the first go around of who's in the house. Now granted, if I got to the estate sale and I'm not going to be in the first go around, I'm there, I'm in line, I will wait and go in the second round. And God has usually been gracious and blessed me with good stuff, and in spite of not being in the first round. But I didn't go to an estate sale last week because my daughter was in town, and so we did mother-daughter fun stuff. We did some crafts. You'll see we made some paper mache pumpkins to look like the vintage paper mache treat baskets. So I made 3 and she made 2. And you watch my Halloween home tour, and I'll link that in the description. You'll see my 2 on my fireplace mantle. I don't remember where she put her 2, but if I go visit her this month in October, which hopefully I will, then I will do a home tour of her apartment for Halloween, and you can see where she put hers. So, and then we did a little bit of shopping and hanging out because Hurricane Helene came in and created a wide swath of destruction. So my hearts and prayers and donations go out to all the states affected, especially here in my home state of North Carolina. If you can, please remember them in your thoughts and your prayers, and if you're able to, please donate to organizations that you feel like. For me, I plan to donate to Samaritan's Purse. I'm not endorsed by them, I'm not pushed by them. Billy Graham started it, and his son Franklin runs it, and they are locals. They lived out by Boone where all this happened, and it's in their own backyard, and they're taking care of us and our state. So anyhow, yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to a Carolina Let's Get Organized, as I said, and it looks like they have a lot of good things that I'm interested in. Hopefully I'll find some good stuff for myself and the shop. There's a variety. Not as much quote-unquote kind of vintagey as I would like, but definitely not as much modern as the last one they had. The last one they had, it was, I believe it was last week, and it was large, but it was mostly stuff from the 90s and earlier, so it was way too modern and new for me. It did not have enough of my old vintagey vibe stuff that I like, and it just was, the person's style was simply not my style, not even close. I mean, there was a couple of things I was kind of interested in, but nothing enough to wait for 2 hours to get in. So another reason I skipped it, besides my daughter didn't come till Thursday evening, and they had one that was starting Thursday morning, so I could have gone in the morning, but it just, to me, it was not worth the wait, so I did not go. But this one looks good, so we'll see what we find. Hello friends, and welcome back to my thrifted home. My name is Dusti, and this morning we had the estate sale by Carolina Let's Get Organized. And before the haul, there's drama. Oh, so much drama today. It's more drama than I've ever seen. I just can't. It's like, wow. Just, it's quite kind of almost like uncomfortable. So get there right around 6. It's dark still. Sun don't come up till almost 7. I mean, we are in fall. And so I get there. There's Deb, who's number 1. She most generally is at a estate sale she wants to go to. She's there early.
I think honestly she gets there like 4:30, but kudos for her. So she's there, followed by Wayne. No Sheila still. Hope Sheila comes back soon. I really miss her. I think next time I see Wayne, I'm going to ask, what's up with, where's Sheila? We need a big hair Sheila sighting. We need to know that she's okay. Followed by a woman I later learned whose name was Scarlett, which I thought was pretty cool. And she joked and said she left Red at home. And for those of you that may not be as old as me, she's talking about Scarlett and Rhett from Gone with the Wind. So, super fun lady. Followed by her was a gentleman with a goatee, and then another woman in a baseball hat, and then me. So I was number 6. And when I walked up to join the line, baseball hat lady was on the phone talking quiet, and whatever, you know, lots of people get on their phones, because that's what I did when I sat down. I immediately got on my phone and found some things to occupy my time, because I got 2 hours to kill. Another lady came up behind me, and we're all sitting there, and I can overhear a baseball hat lady giving the address to the estate sale. And I'm like, oh, please don't tell me you're inviting some friend that's meeting you here and that will now cut in line in front of me. Please. I don't want to get shoved to the back of the line, because now you're going to have a bunch of friends join you when I was here at 6. But I'm like, well, if it's one other person, I still should be in the first group. And that's one of the biggest things I learned about being first. That you're still only human. You only have this one body. You can only be in one room at a time, because you can't duplicate yourself. You can't clone yourself to go into another room. And they also don't give you like a head start so that when you're first you get to go in there and shop for several seconds or minutes on your own. That right on your heels is somebody else coming in to shop. And you go left, they go right. You go that way, they go this way. And maybe they went to what you wanted to and you took the wrong turn and they got to it first. It's what happens. There's nothing more you can do. So being first no longer matters to me. If I happen to be first, so be it. If not, as long as I'm in the first group, that's all I want. But evidently I missed something before I got there, because oh boy, did the drama start. Because as we're all sitting there and she gets off the phone, a couple minutes later, a truck pulls up, parks behind several of the other cars, and I'm like, whatever. And a guy starts walking up like he's on a mission. And I thought, oh, he's going to come join her. It's her husband, whatever. Oh, no. He bypasses her and goes straight to Goatee and starts yelling at him at the top of his lungs, sticking his finger in the guy's face, swearing and cursing at him, accusing him of talking horrible to his wife, and how important his wife is and how much she means to him, and how he shouldn't talk that way to her. And I'm just like, what in the world happened? And we all were like deer in headlight, just like, what's going on? And Miss Baseball Hat Lady that created all this drama kind of pulled her hat down and tucked her head a little bit, like she was a little bit embarrassed. But I'm like, and she even said at one point, I didn't really want him to come. Then why did you give him the address? How else was he going to get there? You told him where you were. You told him about whatever happened, and that's why he's there. And basically come to find out that when people pull up at estate sales, sometimes they just don't get out. They don't get out and go stand in line in the driveway. They wait in their cars. Maybe it's cold. Maybe it's rainy. Maybe, like Deb said, she was there by herself in the dark as a woman. She's not going to go stand in front of the house all alone in the dark by herself as a woman. So she's waiting in her car till more people come. So that's what they were doing. They were all waiting in their cars. So when Miss Baseball Hat came walking up, a gentleman, Mr. Goatee, told her, hey, wait, we were here first. And she didn't like that answer. And some words were exchanged. And evidently she complained to her husband about it, who felt the need to come and chew him out over it and cuss him out and defend her honor. And I'm like, you're defending her honor for what? Because she's complaining about not being first? And then he's cursing away, and then all of a sudden he decides to check his manners. Oh, I'm sorry, lady, sorry for swearing. Well, then why don't you stop? If you're sorry about it, don't do it. So then he went on to say that, well, they understand about the first and everything. It's okay, he just didn't like the way that gentleman talked to her. And a couple of us even said that, a lot of times we do wait in our cars and we don't wait in the driveway, and we all just respect each other. If the car was here first, that person was here first, and we respect that in the line, even if they're not in the driveway. It's the courtesy we give each other. And he was going to wait around and talk to Pam or Lori or whoever, Carolina, let's get organized to take care of his wife's honor. And Deb told him, hey, you can say something, but they're not really going to do much about it, because they really can't. They're not here, they don't witness it, and even if they are here, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? You can't arrest somebody because you're not first in line at an estate sale. So why? Why create the drama? Why? So eventually he leaves, but then I hear her on the phone talking to him still, and my thoughts are, you're just upset that you're not first. But you're in the first group, so what do you care? And the lady behind me decided to be chummy with Miss Baseball Hat. So they're all talking and chatting. It's like, whatever. You chat with who you chat with. I mean, it is what it is. But then at one point they're talking about what they want to find on the inside. And they're all whispering about it. And I was like, I'm not here to get what you guys are getting. And even if you told me that you were looking for it, most likely I'm not looking what you're looking for. Or if, say, you really wanted something that I also wanted, my thoughts are, may the best person win. Whoever gets there first gets it. If you got there before me, kudos, congratulations. If I get there first, it's mine. That's the way estate sales work. So I don't know why you need to be all secretive about it. And it just felt, all of it just felt like high school childish drama. Just like, are we adults here? Are we grown-ups? Later on, when I was about done and ready to get to the checkout, I heard Miss Baseball Hat now talking to one of the workers, complaining about it. And I'm like, if it was really about how he talked to you, that's between you and him, and you should have let it go. But because it's really, honestly, it's about you're upset that you weren't first, that's why you're still complaining about it. That's why you're still talking about it. And Cameron did say that, it's supposed to be whoever's in line in the driveway, and we don't have to honor people sitting in their cars. But Cameron's also not here when we all show up at 6 in the morning or 5:30 or 4 or whatever. And honestly, all the rest of us honor the others that are in the cars. That's just the courtesy we have. Kind of like if you go to the bathroom and you're in a line waiting for something, and maybe you put your purse there as a placeholder and you come back. People honor that place. Just like when I was sitting in line in my chair, and I said, I'm going to go put my chair back in my car because I don't want to carry it in the estate sale. They honored the fact that that was my place. So to me, it's the same thing. I am not going to fight with somebody that's been sitting there in their car, parked maybe 5 minutes, 1 minute, a half hour before me, and be like, nope, I was first in the driveway. It's whatever. I don't think she made herself any friends today, except for the lady behind me. But, Baseball Hat lady, take a deep breath, calm down. I'm sure you probably got everything you wanted, so chill out. It is going to be okay. It's a sunny day. You have breath in your lungs. Life is good. Relax. So on that note, let's see what the haul is. So I got myself a cardinal Christmas pillow. I guess it could be for winter too. But I just am kind of partial to cardinals. It always makes me think of my mother. And I've always loved them anyway. And it's also our state bird. So I'll be using that for winter this year and Christmas. Then I got this for my shop. I thought if somebody was interested, I thought it was really well done. Beautiful little embroidery to hang on your wall. It would be neat in a sewing room or a daughter's room. I just love the old-fashioned look to it. So that's for my shop. And then because Brandon had the flashlight, the last time, a couple of times I've seen him, I got to thinking maybe I should have a flashlight. Because sometimes underneath the tables and some of the buildings, like even today, they had a little attached shed and then they had a back shed that was separate. And both those rooms were a bit dark. Even though they had the doors wide open, there were some dark corners, and it would have been handy to have a flashlight. So I had actually looked before the sale and put a small flashlight in my Amazon shopping cart. But I found one at the estate sale, and it still works for a whole $1. So cheaper than Amazon, and it's immediate. So thank you, God. I got a flashlight. Then I got this for my shop. It is marked India on the bottom, and I think the detailing to me always gets me every single time, because detail is everything. It just shows handiwork, it makes it unique and special. I thought if someone would like that for a vase or just to sit on a shelf, it will be in my shop. Then they had a lot of Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day, which you don't usually see those. So this was in with the Valentine's, and I decided I would get this for my Valentine's decor. I see one of the berries on the back is broke, but I'll just cut it off. It's no big deal. But I can use that for Valentine's Day. Then I got 2 bags of these for my shop. They're icicles and they're glass. It looks like they have the gold and silver kind of commingled, so I'll take them out and look them over and see if I can get all the gold with the gold and the silver with the silver. But yeah, those will be in my shop if somebody is interested in having beautiful glass icicles on their tree. Here, I'll take one out so you can see. Aren't they beautiful? Might have to keep a few for myself too, because I think there's 24 in each bag, so that's quite a few. So we'll see what's what. Then I got this, because I thought, how fun is that? If somebody likes like the hat pins, and it's different, and it's very Victorian, Regency era. Maybe someone would like that. And if you're not into the chair, how about a jeweled turtle? Look at his little jeweled eyes and his little tail and his little head. Isn't he so cute? So they will both be in my shop, including the pins, so you can start your collection. Then I've got this, and my husband and I keep debating, is it for syrup? Is it like a single serve of coffee, single serve of tea? What do you think this is used for? It's clearly the 70s, mid-century modern. I love, it says on the side, Corning heat-proof glass. So that's good, but if you know what it's specifically used for, let me know. Or is it for hot syrup for your pancakes? Then I got this from my shop. I thought it would be fun. Somebody would like this for their holiday decor. Gingerbread man. Super cute. And then I got a regular cutting board. My husband and I are debating, because I like it, but he doesn't care for wood cutting boards. But I myself don't really care for plastic cutting boards. Because I just like wood. So I haven't decided if it's in the shop or if I'm keeping it, but it's really nice. I like it. I like that it has a handle, so knowing me, I'll probably keep it. Then I got these. I'm assuming these are butter pats, but I don't know. There's a set of 3, and they say Blue Dubai, Japan on the back. But the blue and white pattern is so pretty. So those are for my shop. Then I found this, and this says on it the Pirate's House, Savannah, Georgia. It's Staffordshire, made in Staffordshire, England. John Roth, England. So I just love transferware, and I love the house on it. All the intricate detailing. It's so pretty, so beautiful. So I'm keeping that one for myself. Then I also got a couple of frames, and this one's a little ornament frame, so I'm going to keep that one. And then this one, I'm not sure. I'll see if my daughter wants it, or one of my friends, or I don't know, I might keep it too. I'm not sure at this point. I did get some, I think my friend Jean, her channel Jean E, said this is flowware, if I'm correct. If I'm not, let me know, Jean. And on the back it says semi-porcelain larch. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Trademark something England. Maybe if you can see the trademark there. But that's for my shop. And then this is marked on the back Spode. Christmas plate number 1, Blue Room Collection, and I'm going to keep that because I love the Christmas scene on it. They had another one that was a different scene, but it was also a blue spode, which it's a good thing I didn't because I already had it in red, so I didn't need it in blue, but this one's different, so that's wonderful. Then I got this. These are handy to carry in a purse. I have a couple in my purses because it's just handy to have in case you're a little bit warm. And I like this one because it's wood. I don't know if you can see the little cross there in the trim right here, but I love that it's wood. So I'm keeping that. It'll go in my, like I said, it will go in my one of my purses. And then found some more silverware. I can't stop finding the silverware, but I love it. And this is WMA Rogers Oneida. But look at the flower pattern. I love the patterns, and I love the patina. Then there's another one, a baby spoon. WM Rogers also, it says Victoria Rose. So that will go with my children's spoons. And then there's another one that's Oneida. Look at that little child's spoon. They're so precious. Then there's another one that's marked Oneida as well. Different pattern. Love this pattern. And then there's the last one that is marked silver plated Sheffield, England. And it's very simple. No pattern, but I love the shape and the patina. Then let's see what else. We have a couple more plates. So I have this one that's marked Harvest Time, made in England, genuine hand engraving Johnson Brothers. I love the pattern, so I'm keeping this one. I love the fruits and the berries. Might even put that on my dining room wall where I need to fill it some more in my gallery wall. And then this one is also, it's Liberty Blue, historical colonial scenes printed on Staffordshire ironstone, made in England, Independence Hall. So that one is going in my shop. Blue detailed transferware. I just love the richness of the colors and the sharpness of the detail. Beautiful. And then I got some more handkerchiefs. I'm working on another handkerchief quilt for myself. It's not going to be all handkerchiefs. It's a little bit of this and that, but got this one because I love the bright colors, and I love them at estate sales because then they're cheap. And then there's this one. They're usually $1 each, so about several dollars worth of some handkerchiefs. And look at this one with the almost fall colors. And so much pattern. I love all the pattern and color. Little violets. Or is it pansies? Don't know my flowers. They kind of look like pansies. And then we have this one. I believe these are daffodils, but most of the daffodils I see are yellow. Haven't ever seen them as pink. Not saying they can't be pink. I've just never seen it myself. But this one, oh my goodness, this one I definitely couldn't pass out. It says Terry Bears. Look at how cute that is with the bears and the bunnies. Aren't they so cute? So yep, I'm going to be adding those to one of my next little quilts. And I think that, there is one more thing to show you, but I didn't want to bring it inside because it's a little dirty, because it's an outside pot for a potted plant. So I will take you out shortly to see that. But first, let's have a Bible verse. So we have today's prayer. The mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. Romans 8:6. Isn't that so true? That like when our mind is governed by things other than the Spirit of God, we generally don't have life or peace. Or if we do, they're short-lived, because they're more dependent on our emotion and our thoughts at the time, or the circumstances. Like I know for myself, if something's not going well, maybe it's one of those days where every little thing's gone wrong, or maybe I'm sick, or maybe I'm worried about somebody, or, you know, even worse circumstances than that, when I focus on all of that and not God and His Word, it totally robs me of my life and my peace. I think that's part of how God wants to give us life and peace, is to keep our focus on Him. Because if we know that He is in control, and He is looking out and taking care of us, and He knows all that's going to happen, is happening, or has happened in our lives, down to the little details, then we can rest in that faith and that trust, and we can rest in His Spirit, and that will give us the peace we need to not have discouragement or fear. And those things are normal. It is absolutely normal to be afraid during circumstances. Like all those poor people out in western North Carolina, or South Carolina, or Virginia, and Tennessee, and Florida that just went through Hurricane Helene. All the people that faced that, watched their homes float away, their businesses flooded, their family lost in the mudslides and flash floods and downpours. Fear, sadness, frustration, discouragement. All that is absolutely normal. Absolutely normal to feel all those things. But the God of comfort is there even in those times. And even though we don't understand sometimes why those things happen, or why they happen to us, God works all the things out for our good. He's promised to work things out for our good and for His glory. And we can't see the big picture. I often think of it like, since I'm a mama, it helps sometimes me to think of it in Him being our Heavenly Father, and think of it in terms of like a parent. That there were things that I didn't allow my daughters to do, or I told them they needed to do, and they didn't always understand. They didn't understand why I would tell them to do this or not to do this, and it didn't make sense. And then as they got older and matured, then they could sometimes see the reason why I told them to do something or not do something, or they understood the process, or they grew into maturity to be able to grasp it. And there are some things, even now, where I'm 57 and they're younger than me, they still don't understand some things because they are not yet 57. They have not yet been in the place in life where I am. Just like if I look back at my mom or my grandparents, I don't always understand everything. And that's where you just have to have sympathy for other people, knowing that everybody's hurting. Everybody's fighting for life and peace. But the best thing we can offer is to ask that our minds be governed by the Spirit, so that we can have life and peace to share with them and give them life and peace too. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of rambling, which probably am. So, on that note, let's go see the other last thing out in the patio. Here we are on the patio. It is an absolutely beautiful day, and it's not even too warm. Got the doggy door open in case Mika wants to be outside and spend some time out here, which generally she doesn't. She's kind of a diva sometimes. But there is the newest thing I found at this estate sale today. That's a swan planter. Isn't it so pretty? See, it's still a little bit, I guess you could say, dirty because it's been out in their yard, and now it's in my catio. And yes, that is a fake plant because Lexi can come out here and chew on it if it was real. So it's best to just keep them fake so she doesn't chew on them. But yeah, I'm loving me my swans. But, well, thanks for joining me, friends. Thanks for coming to visit. And I hope you have a drama-free day and a wonderful weekend. Bye for now. Share some friend mail with y'all. So I have this. I already opened the package, but I haven't opened what's in it. And this is from my friend Bridget. She lives in New Hampshire, and she is, please forgive me if I say this wrong, Bridget, but Penobscot Indian. And oh my gosh, she's just one of the most amazing people I know. I met her through Instagram. Oh my gosh. Is it 3 years ago, maybe? Thinking 3 years ago. And she started a prayer warrior group and was gracious enough to invite me to join. And so we just
Any of our friends or anything we hear about that we feel like needs to be prayed about, we just pass around. I believe there's about 20 of us warriors throughout the United States. I don't remember if there were any outside the United States, but for sure the United States. And pray. And so honestly, if you have any prayer requests that you'd like us to add to our list to pray for, drop them in the comments. We'll be happy to pray for y'all. But this is from my precious friend, and look at the lovely card. It says, a true friend knows the song in your heart and sings it when the memory fails. I'm singing with you. Isn't that so sweet? So let's see what's in here. She said it just was something that jumped out to her and she wanted to share it with me. Oh, I love that for Christmas. How perfect is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. They don't see that enough at Christmas time. Oh no, there's a little rooster and he didn't quite make it. Maybe I can glue him. Might be able to glue him. We'll have to see. Yep, sometimes those, oh, I think he goes this way. Might be able to fix him. Or I can reinvent him like I did the cat from my friend Carol, who didn't survive our postal system. Our postal system is dangerous. They don't care. Even when you say fragile, they're just like, yeah, right, whatever. So, oh, how sweet is that? Oh my gosh, it's like our two kitties, Lenny and Lexi, except Lexi is a calico, but still. Love it for little candles. Isn't it so sweet with books? Oh my gosh. It's perfect. Love it. Thank you, Bridget, so much. These are so precious. And I'll see if I can reinvent Mr. Rooster into something else, because I'm sure I can. So we will see what we can come up with. Maybe I'll even film what I do with him and recycle him. And this other one is from my friend Jean. She has a channel, just Jean E. And she has the most spectacular collections of things I've ever seen. It's just amazing. Her and her husband John have such wonderful adventures, and I love they find the coolest stuff at garage sales and estate sales. And they have their little baby boy kitty, and I'm always love kitties. So let's see what, oh, it starts out with pumpkin pie jelly beans. Yum! I do love pumpkin pie and pumpkin spice anything. Oh, how beautiful is that? I already have some ideas of where that's gonna go. That's just beautiful. I love that. I love the old linens. Don't use those enough anymore. Oh, that is too precious. Love it. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to find a spot for that. It is so cute. So creative. I recycle, so if people buy from my shop, I recycle and reuse all the bubble wrap, because you never know when you need it. Oh, look. Another, oh, and it's like almost like a little star. How beautiful. Oh, I can already see a candle on top of it. I love it. Vintage Halloween. Ooh, I love vintage Halloween. I think I would decorate for more holidays. I mean, I do the main ones, but sometimes I think it's hard to find what I'm thinking in my head of how I want it to look, so then I don't decorate for it. Oh my goodness, one of John's noisemakers. How awesome is that? Oh my gosh, it's too cool. Oh, and I'm making that quilt, so another one I can add to it. Look at how beautiful that is. And it says on what are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice. Oh, that makes me think of my childhood. Not that I was like everything nice, but just makes me think of the nostalgia of simpler, beautiful times. Oh my gosh, I love that. More vintage. Oh, I love vintage and antiques. And, well, anything that catches my eye. I always say I'm a magpie. And I'll shop with anything that just catches my eye like a magpie bird. I'm totally gonna put that on one of my gallery walls. Or maybe even up on this gallery wall, who knows? Possibilities are endless. It could go on any of my gallery walls. Probably this one, or maybe the one in the, well, I could do it in the dining room too. I don't know, I gotta think about it, but I love that. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, and look at the paper. I love that. Halloween paper, look at that. Kind of makes me want to iron it out and reuse it for something else. And I always liked that sound. When I was a little kid, my grandma would wrap stuff with that and you get that crinkle. Something about it, just like that noise. What can I say? I'm a strange person. Yes, I am. Then we have, oh, a little figurine. Ooh. Oh, this little kitty playing a fiddle. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Jean and John, you guys were just too generous. Too beautiful. And it says, I had 2 of this book, so I thought you would enjoy. Aww. I have a tendency to do that too, Jean. I have a book and I love it, and then I end up buying it again because I forgot that I had it. Or I run across it and go, oh, I had that book. I just did it recently. I bought a children's book I really wanted, and then I discovered I already had it, so I'm going to send it to my niece. The Ghost of Windy Hill. Oh my gosh, look at the graphics. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's one of those old weekly reader books. Ah, I love it. I love it. Might have to read it real quick too before I put it out. Oh, look at the pictures. How awesome. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, friends. You guys know me so well. And even with all the generosity that I appreciate more than you could know, the thing I appreciate the most is that you're my friend. And you guys are priceless to me. So bye for now. See you again soon.